Welcome to Conversations with Mrs Fash. Some children are raised and some children grow. So the real question is, are you raising your children? And if you're a teenager out there, I'm asking you, are you being raised or are you just growing?
No, Dad, I can't just study medicine because you studied medicine.
The perspective the boy is giving, like for the example, it might not be the same perspective that the girl is going to tell her parents.
It's about, we taking it to be about us and not about the child.
Hello again. Welcome to Conversations with Mrs Fash, where we strongly affirm that some children are raised and some children just grow. So the real question is, are you raising your children? Like I promised the last time, we have come to the beautiful part of this show, which is the teenage edition. So many people sent messages to our inbox asking us to feature the children more. We want to see what parenting looks like in the lenses of the teenagers. We want to see what they would have done differently if they were parents in the event that we get to switch sides. And yes, today I have some fascinating teenagers here with me in the studio. Can we make welcome Baba Toba? Great to have you on the show, Baba Toba.
Thank you, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm fine.
And yes, we have Ewa. So great to have you again.
Same
Ewa.
here, Ms.
Thank
Fash.
you for being here. Yeah, so today we will be talking about that thing that you parents find very hard to discuss with your children. I'll be helping you out. We'll be talking about relationship. Yeah, and I'm so happy that these guys will tell us when to introduce such conversations, what to say. Sometimes you say something and then they just tune off. So this is a good time to listen to them tell us how to introduce those conversations and how to make the conversations meaningful within the family. So I'll be starting from the top and I'll be starting with Baba Toba. Baba Toba, so I'd like for you to tell us, do you think it's okay for teenagers to engage in a healthy romantic relationship?
Thank you for that question. Now, there's no teenager that can indulge in a relationship and it to be healthy.
Really?
Yes.
Is that a theory by Baba Toba or?
Yes.
What if the teenager has strong feelings and the person also reciprocates and they say, let's start something?
What should be important to the teenager should be academics, education, so that when the teenager is done, when he has finally grown up, when he has grounded himself, when he has made a name for himself, that's when he can go and start having romantic relationships.
But what do we do when we have feelings?
We don't do anything with them.
We keep them in the cooler.
No.
What do we do?
You just put more energy and more emphasis on our academics.
Okay. Ewa,
When you are serious, there'll be no time for you to be thinking of another boy or another girl.
Ewa, do you agree with him? Is that a male's perspective? Do you agree?
I actually agree that you can't engage in a relationship now because when you're thinking of getting A's in your subject, you're also thinking of how to be perfect for the partner if you're in a relationship.
Okay.
So,
what if he's not a demanding partner? What if it's just a partner that helps you academically but wants something more?
but I just feel that a relationship now for teenagers is not really advisable because I could remember clearly when recently I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was like, aside from the fact that my parents would say something, I was like, me, till I finish secondary school, even in university, I'm not sure yet if I'm going to engage in a relationship because I don't want it to affect my academics. And she was like, won't you marry? I'm like, I'm not talking about marriage now. For now, I have to focus on my academics. Even if the other partner is going to help me with studies, fine, you can help me, but not the fact that we'll be having anything relationship together.
So relationship should take the back seat.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm coming back to you, Baba Toba. Let's define that question. Is it possible for a teenager to have a healthy romantic? I feel if it's romantic, that means the relationship is not healthy. Could that be why you said no? Or
Yes.
do you mean there could be a relationship, but it must not be romantic? Or what is even a healthy relationship?
A healthy relationship is just like, there's something we do in biology, mutualism. This is when the two organisms are benefiting from each other. One, they are not harming each other, and they have peaceful coexistence. That means they work well with each other. That's what healthy relationship means. And now, as the teenagers generally, the way we think, are prone to doubt ourselves. So if there's a mild relationships are prone to arguments.
Oh.
So we're not yet mature yet. So if there's a mild argument, as teenagers, when we're doing something like our academics, school and stuff, we will not be listening to that. The only thing that will be on our mind is the argument and the stuff. So it
So you're
won't.
just saying to yourself that
Yes.
I'm not ready for that.
Yes.
Okay, but so I know you're on your life, okay, on air. But tell me, if you get a message from a girl saying, "I like you so much. I've not been myself since you came to our class, and I like for us to become closer, to become one," what would you do?
I'll first
Somebody's
appreciate.
blushing.
I'll first appreciate the person,
Okay.
but then I'll tell the person that. So that's what you're looking at in class. That the person should focus on what they are teaching us.
Okay. And
And-
not get you distracted.
Yes.
So you won't be offended, but you let her know that that's not
No,
where
I'm
your
not.
mind is.
Yes.
Ewa, what about you? So Ewa, have you had strong feelings for someone before?
Yes.
Okay. So what did you do about it? You put it in the cooler?
Yes, at first. But I think he later figured out. But recently,
He figured out.
yes.
So what did you do? I want to hear
And
that
with
gist.
time,
Okay.
the feelings went by.
So do we assume that was a crush?
Yes.
Did you tell your mom about it?
Yes, she asked me one day, so I had to tell her.
You had to tell her. So that's the next question I want you guys to talk about. Why is it that when you notice you have some strong feelings for someone, you can't just walk up to your mom and say, "Mommy, I need to tell you something. And I need you to be real, Mommy. I want to tell you how I feel." Why can't you just say, "Mommy, I think I'm developing some strong feelings for this person"?
I don't know. I feel like maybe the next thing they're just going to judge or shout. But
Is that why I sent you to school with nonsense?
yes, but I've been telling Asha, like now, when I was in JSS2,
Okay.
there was this guy that actually liked me, but I didn't know.
Okay.
So till when we got to SS1,
Okay.
he didn't tell me. I heard it from my classmates that
Alright.
he liked me and stuff like that. And he could not maybe walk up to me or say something, that he's always scared to just approach me and stuff like that. So I told my mom about it and she was just laughing and laughing and laughing.
That's a good mom.
Yes,
That's a really
but
good mom.
so there was something that happened, like, because this in secondary school now, some boys can try to do. Okay, it was Valentine's Day, a week to Valentine's Day, so the boys can randomly come up to a girl and be like, "Will you be my vow?" That kind of stuff. Then they were not like, because he's scared to talk to me, so let him try to do that kind of thing.
Okay.
So he walked up to me and he not said it, but he was scared. And I told him that, "No, sorry, I can't do that."
Okay.
Then my friends were not like, it's not that he's asking you out, blah, 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 blah. So later, Shana said, "Okay, let's see what will happen." I said, yes. So when I told my mom about it, she was just laughing. Then later, she now called me and said that, just let your yes be yes and your no be no, that you should not allow your friends to define your answer. So since then, I learned that, yes, that's...
So you see that it's good to actually tell our parents. But
Yeah.
I commend your mom. I hope other parents can learn from what your mom did. The fact that she laughed over it meant, cool down, calm down. We have been there too. Or do you think we just move from children to adults? So I'd like to ask you about same-sex friendship. But that would be right after our break. Thank you so much, guys. We're coming back and we're not leaving this conversation here. I'm coming back to you, Baba Toba. Get ready. See you in a minute or two. Bye. Welcome to Conversations with Mrs Fash. Some children are raised and some children grow. So the real question is, are you raising your children? And if you're a teenager out there, I'm asking you, are you being raised or are you just growing?
No, Dad, I can't just study medicine because you studied medicine.
The perspective the boy is giving, like for the example, it might not be the same perspective that the girl is going to tell her parents.
It's about we taking it to be about us and not about the child.
Hey, welcome back. Still Conversations with Mrs. Fash. And yes, we have our sizzling teenagers here. We have Baba Toba and Ewa Olua trying to give us the roadmap when it comes to relationship and how best to relate with our children. Ewa, one more time, I'm so impressed at the way your mom handled your very sensitive matter, and the fact that she was able to guide you beyond the matter at hand. I love it. So, coming to you, Babatoba, one key issue that I feel teenagers face, like Ewa pointed, is the pressure from same sex saying, why don't you do this? Don't you think you'll be better doing this? I think you should be like this. You are too soft. You are too this. How best do you think, as individuals, we should introduce respect and boundaries into our relationships?
Yeah, thank you for that question. So now, number one, you have to choose the people you associate with well.
Okay.
You have to choose people that you don't necessarily have to see eye to eye on everything, but people that will be objective. So that when they know you as a person, and you also have to know yourself, so that when you know no is no, like she said, no is no and yes is yes. Nobody can, without an objective reason, change your perspective.
Okay.
So now, I believe what we're talking about is peer pressure.
Yeah.
The thing to go about peer pressure is, number one, the only people that should really have a say on your life should be your parents and God. So when any of your friends per se are telling you what to do or what not to do, you know yourself, you knowing how you react to some things, you'll be able to answer them. And again, you choose your friends wisely.
Okay, thank you for that. But there's something that I feel you kind of moved away from. How can you tell that a relationship lacks respect? Have you ever found yourself in a friendship that had issues with respect, where you felt this person has crossed all the boundaries and I no longer feel comfortable?
You cut it off.
Have you found yourself in such a friendship?
Yes.
What happened? Was it somebody who was your age, your class?
He was my classmate.
Okay,
But I just stopped talking to the person.
like that. Like that. Is that how to cut off? Is it a generation thing? If you don't like someone, just stop talking to the person. What if the person is not ready to stop talking to you?
And then you ignore her because
So it is a her.
no, I'm
Okay.
just saying it can
It
be
could be a her, it could be a
yes.
he. Okay, so what do? You ignore the person.
Yes.
Just ignore. I'm not talking about it. You don't
Because
think it's
before-
okay to sit down and resolve issues? Just
Before you became friends, you must have clearly stated out your boundaries and things that you would not like.
okay.
So then if that person does it, that means that person is wasting your time. So then you just ignore the person.
I'll move on.
Yes.
Ewa, is that same for you?
Yes, but that's the mistake most teenagers make. Before they make friends, they won't state out their boundaries. So when they do things that their friend doesn't like, to speak up is a problem. Because I think I've
Being in those shoes.
yes, because before I become friends with someone, most times I don't remember stating my boundaries and what I don't like. So when they do things to you that you don't like and you tell them, they just take it like, what are you even saying, self, and that kind of stuff. So when you guys now fight or have an argument, it will be very hard for you guys to just come
Resolve
together.
everything.
Yes, because you
Okay.
didn't even state your boundaries from the
Okay.
beginning, and
Okay.
your
But
friend
if you
doesn't
state your
even-
boundaries, won't that make your friendship regimented? Imagine if I say, as we're going to be friends, so don't call me anything after 5 p.m. Don't come to my house and taste out of my food. Don't you think that's making it too regimented, too rigid?
Yes, somehow, but
Yeah.
if the person is truly your friend, they will have no choice but to.
To just understand that that's how you are.
Yes.
So, Toba, do you also think it's rigid, or let us just know what is no for you and what is yes for you?
Yes.
It's so important to say that. All right, so talking about respecting boundaries with parents and older siblings, do you think it's out of line for schools and parents to insist you obey, or at what point do you think it's okay to be critical with instructions? Is it clear? Is the
Yes.
question clear? Okay, so who's going first?
I think I'd like to answer.
Okay, go on.
So, first of all, when you state out instructions or when you tell a child what to do, you should tell the child why the person is doing this. Like now, if you ask a child not to sleep by 8 or 9, the two important things there are how you tell the child. If you just shout at the child, yell at the child, go and sleep, Joe. Number one, the child will be angry and then he will want to be rebellious the next time. But if you calmly come, we are go and sleep now. You know tomorrow is
Baba
school.
Toba.
Go
So
and
if
sleep.
somebody has a child, let's assume we switch places. Are you telling me the little you know of your age and your friends that when you're talking teenagers, imagine you want a child to stop playing, say, don't play now. Why are you playing? I've told you not to play. Do they listen? Do you guys listen?
I used to listen. Personally, I used to
Okay.
listen.
Personally, you listen. So according to you, the best way to talk to teenagers is the house should be controlled.
Yes.
The house should not be. What of the pressure we go through? Imagine being at work, they've rejected your email, you've gone through a lot, and you tell your child, don't do it, and child says, mommy, what do you say, Should we still say no?
No.
Okay.
You have to know your child. There are some children that are very nonchalant.
Okay.
And that, you took care of the child from small.
From birth, yeah.
Yes, from birth. So the child should have known, okay, when my mom is serious and when she's not serious.
Okay.
That doesn't mean the child has the liberty to disobey.
Okay.
But there are some times that you see your mom when she's angry, you shouldn't even do anything. The first time she tells you something, just go and do it. But that doesn't also mean the mom has the liberty to yell.
So yeah, according to you now, parents are not at any form of liberty to yell. Yelling is a no-no. Are you going to be a father that will be talking to your children that way? Don't do it. Let's try to switch places.
It depends on the children. If I've said it once or twice or 3 times, the next time I'll have to yell.
Okay. So Ewa, what about you? Do you think children should be taught to think critically, or should they just follow?
I feel it's both ways.
Okay.
Yes, because, and according to what Baba Toba said, I feel being lenient and strict should be balanced as well. Because if, as a parent, you are strict all the time, there are even sometimes that the child will say, oh, I'm not even doing again. I don't even want to answer you. But there are sometimes you just have to be lenient. And you can understand that the pressures from parents too, from work, when they are coming back, and maybe expenses and stuff.
You got that, expenses.
Yes. So there are just sometimes that maybe when you come back, you shouldn't even say anything. Just go to your quiet place so that you won't end up shouting or having arguments with your children. But I feel it's meant to be balanced.
It's meant to be balanced. Okay, so by way of wrapping up, what would you like to say to parents who desire that their children should open up to them when they start to have concerns for relationship?
Communication,
Okay.
respect on both sides,
Okay.
and non-judgmental. Now, number one, communication. Your approach matters.
Okay.
If you settle down and talk about the child, like, let's say you give them a scenario from maybe your past,
Okay.
that will make the child prone to say more
Okay.
and will end up telling you. And then respect. You don't just yell at the child and just we have our own feelings too. And when those our feelings are infringed upon, that's when we begin to be rebellious. And that's when the next time we'll not listen.
Okay, we have heard.
And number 3, don't just be judgmental. Now, everybody is prone to mistakes, and it's your job as parents to help to guide us so that we'll not make as many mistakes. So
But that mistake
instead of
must happen. It's just that it should not be many.
yes,
Okay.
instead of being judgmental, you should be objective, and you should tell your child what is going to happen if the child follows.
Thank you so much, Ewa.
Yeah, contrary to what Toba said,
Okay.
about being judgmental, I could remember a random day, my sister, my mom, and dad were just talking and gisting. I don't even know what came up with the boyfriend and girlfriend matter. So we're just laughing about it. Then my dad was not like, hope you don't have a boyfriend, this and that. That if you have a boyfriend, and the way he was saying it, like, you already think that I have a boyfriend, doesn't even trust me. Mom was not like, she can't just have, you're just saying, just say that. I know you can have a boyfriend like that because you have the phone and all those kind of stuff. And I could not even say anything because I'm like, you didn't even ask. You already started concluding that.
If he had asked, would you have told him?
I'll say no. What do I want
If
to?
it was a yes, would you have said a yes?
Mm,
Ewa, you would
Kind-
have said a yes. That's the best way parents can introduce such conversations. If we don't come at you guys would think that we just became babies to adults. But okay, but just like what Toba said, there should be a time to put the right thoughts so that children can open up. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I enjoyed this episode, and I think I've learned that instead of being judgmental, because it's just normal. Once you go on your phone and you see a headline, a girl just maybe had an abortion, or a girl did this, you just imagine my child. You hear a guy did this, you imagine my child. So parents, we have heard Ewa and Baba Toba, they have asked us not to be judgmental. They have told us not to infringe on their private rights, and we should respect them. And finally, we must have open communication. Thank you so much, guys. I'm sure when parents have questions to you, we'll reach out to you guys and we'll bring you again to take on their questions. Thank you for a wonderful one.
You're welcome. Mrs.
Yes,
Fash.
see you on the next episode of Conversations with Mrs. Fash. Have a lovely one.
Bye.